Hi again everyone. In this video you'll learn how the community of Webberville applied a unique, first of its kind in Canada approach to private forest land management.
The Weberville Community Forest Project is a pilot process in creating a landscape-level woodlot management plan both by and for the community. Initiated in 2008 by individuals representing federal and provincial governments, applied research and industry, the project has now been taken over by a community board. The project area covers 45,000 acres of land, about 60% of which is privately owned. The collective management of this land is important because it allows a focus on those social, economic, and ecological goals that can only be achieved at a larger landscape scale.
I guess what comes to mind first is what I've been asked all the time. How did we come up with the idea to get started with a community forest project? Doug McAuley, who is the extension specialist with the Woodlot Extension Program from Alberta Agriculture, and myself, who's doing extension work for Sustainable Resource Development, Alberta, and FP Innovations Ferric. We meet quite frequently and we work together on different projects in agroforestry. And I went to his office one afternoon and he had all those beautiful maps from this area here. There was inventory maps, aerial photography, and he kind of asked me, well, what could we do with that?
Well, when Yuri and I first met back in January 2008, we were looking at how we could get landowners to work together and manage their lands, especially the trees on their lands, in a better way versus clearing all the time. And
so putting one and one together, the idea was, you know what? We already have some of the work done. We have some of the great mapping material, the aerial photography. Let's see if we can get a community forest started here in Canada. We know from doing some research that it really hasn't been done before, at least not in Western Canada, and somewhat in a different form in Eastern Canada, but really not as a community-driven project like we had here.
We started as a group of sort of professional people that this is our job to be involved in these sorts of activities. Then we've extended it now to include the community members and encourage them to sort of take over for our role. Like, we're very heavily involved in the first year. Now that we're into our second year, we encourage them to take more responsibility, more roles. We encourage them to, this is your project, this is your area. And the more that you can be involved and steer it, we'll be there to assist you and to offer advice and offer programs like tree planting and that sort of thing to you. But it's really about what do you want to do with your community forest. You need champions as well from within the project area.
Oh, I was happy to get involved with the Forest Association. I find that as we take trees away, it's important to put some back again. And with a group effort like that and the government helping us by supplying all the trees and help put it in, that we can slowly get some things put back in place. And it's a new type of thing because we're lacking spruce and pine in the area, so to see something diverse and new again and bring that up to speed, it's nice.
Well, I talked with Yuri and some of the background to the project. It sounded like a really good idea, and basically to get involved in the community a little bit more, and the forestry part of it just makes sense because we're in the middle of it, so that's what we did.
We try to have meetings every couple of months and get the community involved, have them come out, and we usually involve an activity like tree planting demonstration, or have speakers come out like on behalf of Ducks Unlimited or some other organizations that would be of interest to some of the participants in this project.
There was 4 goals which the community members started to identifying themselves. The one being the need to plant more trees. It was also to enhance wildlife, because we have this diversity in the area and those beautiful stands and wide range of fields and forests and wetlands. There's a lot of recreational value in the area. There's a lot of hunters coming to the area here. They do the hunting, the goose hunt, the bear hunt, the elk hunt. People come here just for camping, just for hiking, trail riding, the whole 10 yards. And so enhancing wildlife was another one of those big goals out there. We want to enhance wildlife. We want to enhance the biodiversity we have out here. The other goal, and we've seen it when we were walking through the area, is to come up with a trail system through the Weberville community. Again, for recreational purpose, but also for agritourism. And last but not least, of course, there's always an economic component to it. It's harvesting trees. The idea was to combine the landowners together and get the benefits out of the collaboration between the landowners. So it's the creation of markets. We have now, because we have more area together, we have more people together, it's easier to get contractor to come out and do for work, be it planting, be it harvesting, be it transportation of logs in the whole 10 yards, be it thinning, those kind of things. So it's the creation of markets.
Well, part of it is the community as a whole can benefit from it because you can, as a community, do larger scale projects, and it should work out quite well. For example, this was no cost to plant these trees, and other people participated in that as well. So when everybody does that, then it ends up being a larger scale project combined as a community.
It's also the creation of an awareness of the ecological, environmental and social values your woodlot has.
We're happy that it retains moisture and keeps bad winds away, that dries out southern areas, so it's very vital that we keep a forested area. And heck, I like to build with it. I like to saw lumber, and tried building a house out of that, and maybe some more little buildings could be derived in the future.
I like all the great things that my forest can provide for me, and so I like to share those ideas with some of the other people that have woodlots in this area that just say, you know, it's not just a stand of trees, it's not just a forest. There's a lot of things that you can really enjoy and make the most of. So it was interesting that some of the people sort of questioned the project initially. They were a little bit afraid of the project. They didn't really know what it was about, and they say, well, I don't have a woodlot. I just have a forest on my property. We have trees, we have land. It's like, well, do you cut down some of those trees? And well, yeah, we harvest them. Firewood, well, do you get your Christmas trees from your land? Well, yeah, we do that too. And well, do you walk through your land? Do you see the wildlife? Do you look at the birds? Do you appreciate the beaver dams? And they say, yeah, we do that. It's like, well, you own a woodlot, you know. So they learned a lot about what they do own and appreciate the value of it, and that was a really great thing to just to get them to appreciate what they have and to really recognize it as a valuable resource.
It was really for all of us a totally new experience to see how people react. First of all, being distanced, not quite sure what to expect, kind of don't want to be the guinea pig, and to a point where they're actually taking their own actions. They're actually taking their own initiatives, bringing in their own ideas, and forming this project into their own ways.
I think Yuri, you know, I know has talked about the project a lot, but maybe has underplayed the role that the group played, and the important role, I guess, in sort of keeping the initiative moving forward. And so. Yeah, I think there's a very important role there in the group that sort of moved the idea forward, brought it, engaged the community, and then brought the project to where it is today.
This project, I think, is quite unique than anything I've ever seen, and how it's sort of taken on a real grassroots approach, got community involvement, community buy-in, and it seems to be, you know, just proceeding. It's in its infancy, but it has some really good opportunities here for the community.
The Weberville Community Forest Project shows how a large-scale, ambitious project can develop when there is commitment from an initial group of people who work with a community, engaging key individuals and developing their capacity to take a leadership role. Success in achieving the necessary scale to profit from tree harvest, in making reforestation economical, planning for wildlife conservation, and developing recreational opportunities is only occurring because Weberville woodlot owners are working together.